chilly day here in Ohio. So I'm turning this Fender Bronco bass into a fretless bass. I pulled the frets. There's the fret slots. And I'm cutting 1/8 inch slots in there, into which I will insert paduak that I've milled to size. In order to do that, I've secured the neck to the bench, made sure that the center line of the neck was an equal distance on this end and on the heel end from this front face, which I know is perfectly flat on the edge of the bench. And then I built this fixture that contains my Bosch Colt router sled that I've had for quite a while. And all I did was make this little L-shaped piece that registers against the front of my bench and sits down on top of this spacer block so that I can clamp it here and here. So basically all I do is push it in nice here, line up the router bit, and you can see like right in there where it's going to go. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to do it with one hand to show you how easy it is. I also put a little spacer block back here, just enough to keep the back end from flopping, and so I don't have to secure it. I've secured this end of the neck with a clamp for now, but I'll take this clamp off eventually, and I have double-sided tape there, and that'll be plenty to hold the neck steady. Alright, so now we're loose, so we're going to look in here in our little sight hole there and scooch this down, the whole mess. We'll scooch it down to the next fret slot. Okay, there we are. I know you're having a tough time seeing right now. Okay. I'm trying to get a good shot for y'all. Okay. So we're in there. I don't know if you could see, but we're perfectly lined up at this point. So now I just put some forward pressure on this, clamp it over here. And now we're good to go. Alright, so I'll show you how I work this mess. Alright, so we're lined up. Okay, loosen it, make sure it's tight up against the front there, and then I just sight down in there and center the bit over the fret slot. Again, we're making this a fretless bass, so, you know, accuracy, I can eyeball this within 5 hours, so, and that's plenty for this, because we're just inserting some 1/8 inch paduak. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, I want to look at the depth and see if we need to start adjusting the depth a little bit. And I think I'm going to bring it down just a skosh. using fish glue here for the slots because it's a good overall glue. And this is paduak. I've sanded one side flat, the other side is saw cut. You can sort of see the striations. So I want to make sure I'm getting a good wood to wood contact. And I'm just buttering up 3 sides. And then in the slot she goes. And then I take care of the squeeze out right away so it doesn't roll down the side of the this side of the neck. And then I take a rubber band, or like they say in overseas, an elastic, and pop it on there. There you go. Next.